Oh, yes.
Welcome back, everyone. Hot off the heels of my Mirage review, I have an unexpected review to do. Well, two, actually. This is the first one. This is the Walmart exclusive 35th anniversary Siege Soundblaster figure. He does come in at War for Cybertron Siege number 63, so toward the tail end of the toy line. And like I said, it is exclusive to Walmart, and it is meant to commemorate the 35th anniversary of the Transformers franchise. So he does come with this special packaging. You can see, it says special edition. It's got some differences from your typical Siege packaging. It's got this nice big 1984 to 2019 35 on here. I mean, it just looks really cool. Got this raised Decepticon symbol here. His artwork is on this side. It's normally just be like the generic Siege artwork, but nice big shot of him looking very, very cool, very menacing. Got something taken off in the background, maybe Tetrajets, can't really tell. And then on the back, you've got just renders of him in his spaceship and robot modes. Now, for anybody unfamiliar with the concept of Soundblaster, he was originally a Japanese-only toy, and he was made out to be a direct upgrade to Soundwave after he was temporarily killed during a fight with Blaster. After that fight, Blaster also was upgraded very much the same way, just like new color scheme, as a twin cast. And that was covered in the Japanese Headmaster show, for anyone looking to find the footage of it. Really, at the end of the day, it was just an excuse for Takara to sell you recolored Soundwave and Blaster. But one notable thing that those toys had is they had retooled chest compartments that allowed them to carry 2 cassettes instead of just the one. And this toy follows that tradition. Maybe hard to tell from the front, but he has a retooled chest which sticks out, a good deal further, maybe about a quarter of an inch further than the regular Soundwave chest, so that he can do the same thing. So it's a really nice callback. The thing that made the original Soundblaster more unique is carried over to this toy. Plus, he just looks awesome. I haven't even gotten him out of the box yet, and I'm just digging this black and red and kind of this goldish orange here. Just very, very cool. So we've already taken a look at the box. Naturally, we're going to check out the instructions. We'll see if there's anything different on those compared to regular Soundwaves. And then we're going to look at Soundblaster in his different modes. I'll compare him to Siege Soundwave, and then also show off how he can interact with his cassette minions. Now, I haven't been mentioning this, but the more recent Siege releases have been coming with this little piece of paper in here, which looks like a whole bunch of choking hazard warnings, a bunch of different languages, consumer care, website address, I don't know. They've just been in there. They don't really do anything, but just wanted to point that out. Now the instructions, right here, see normal Siege Voyager instructions, though it does have the 35th anniversary call out here. And listed as number 55. So that's interesting. There's a bit of an inconsistency there because the box calls him out as number 63. So odd. Wonder where that is. So anywho, you got the main instructions here inside to transform to his little spaceship mode. Over here, got normal cross cells and stuff. Over here, it shows you how to allow his little Micromaster cassette guys to interact with him. You can either attach them as armor, or you can place them inside of his chest. Now, this doesn't call out the fact that you can put 2 of them in there, really, but you can. It's doable. And now here, you have his weapon loadouts, which, they're the same as Soundwaves, though they are done in the Autobot alphabet. Same as here. Okay, and here's Soundblaster's little spaceship mode. And if you've seen Soundwave, not much new to see here. Same interesting looking spaceship. You got the cockpit in the front, which stands out a lot more now that it's done this like bright translucent orange there. It's got the same battle damage paint mask as Soundwave, which isn't too surprising because most mold reuses do. And yeah, everything looks pretty much the same. You know, this sticks off the back a little bit more, but you still got the landing skids, which, you know, can fold up if you want to have him take off. Up to you if you want to do that. It's a little tight there. And you know, he's got his weapons stored here, here, and here. And you know, just a decent, fun looking little spaceship. Right here he is with Soundwave in his vehicle mode. And you can see they're pretty much a one-for-one palette swap as far as the colors. They didn't change much in the way of the layout, just which colors go where. The only real difference I noticed is these little vent bits right here, whereas Soundwave has them in silver, and therefore different from his main body. Soundblaster just has them in black, which is, you know, his primary color. So they strayed from the pattern on that one spot for some reason. Overall, I like Soundblaster's vehicle mode quite a bit more. It just looks much more menacing. And like I said, the cockpit stands out a lot more too. So it's more obviously a spaceship, I would think. So yeah, I would say, you know, as far as vehicle mode, he definitely wins out. Just the colors really pop much more and make it look like some sort of dangerous, evil starship. Now I'm going to go ahead and transform Soundblaster in his robot mode. I'm going to do that off camera, but I'll link Soundwave's review in the description so you can see the transformation if you need to. Right here's Soundwave's robot mode. And just like the vehicle mode, nothing new to see as far as parts or molding or anything. Just much bolder, more 90s awesome colors, I would say. Kind of like looks like a stealth Soundwave, right? All the weapons and everything are exactly the same. His shoulder cannon here still gets in the way of his backpack. It is still articulated, so you can kind of pull up on it and, you know, adjust a little bit if you want to. So I usually just keep it pointing forward personally. His little extra weapon seems to be the exact same color as Soundwave's, which means it works just as well as the back accessory for Megatron. If you choose to use it that way to make Megatron a little more G1-esque. And, you know, getting to the big difference here, we have his chest, which, as you can see, is much bigger. You know, you can press the button, same as before. Spring-loaded mechanism works just as well. In fact, the tolerances on this are really good. Nothing is loose. If anything, I've found a few parts to be a bit tighter than on my Soundwave. So, mold degradation doesn't seem to be setting in yet, which is awesome. Here he is next to Soundwave, just so you can see that comparison. And you know, he just looks like a much more jaded, much more sinister version of the character, which, you know, that's what he's supposed to be. It's Soundwave back from the dead and angry. So these two contrast each other quite well. Now to demonstrate Soundblaster's gimmick, go ahead and open the chest up. We've got our guys Laserbeak and Ravage here, which coincidentally color match him very well compared to Soundwave, so that's cool. So you can fit one of them inside kind of the main inner chest area, like so, and then the other one can just go right in his door. So just go ahead and place it in there. Is this upside down? Maybe. Yeah, I think it goes this way. There you go, much better. Oh, you know what? Let's do it that way. There you go. So, actually got to put them both in the door first. Don't put one in the back. And yeah, it's a little snug, but they do fit. And, you know, it's really cool because now he has somewhere to put both of them. Though it isn't shown in Soundblaster's instructions or anywhere on his box, unlike Soundwave, Soundblaster can assume the lamppost mode that Soundwave can. And, you know, looks largely the same other than the larger chest there. And just as goofy. But, you know, again, fun little nod to the first episode of Transformers ever. And here's Soundwave's lamppost mode just for, you know, comparison's sake. Imagine if you have extras of these, you could have a little bit of fun having a Cybertronian battlefield setup kind of going on there. In fact, that's exactly what they did when they first showed off Siege at was it San Diego Comic-Con or wherever it was first revealed. They actually had a Soundwave and lamppost mode, but he was like painted up to blend in with the background. So if you're into customizing and stuff, you could always do that. Right, and that's all there really is to say on old Soundblaster. In my opinion, he is a very nice improvement on an already fun figure. You know, if you're not a fan of the alt mode, this isn't going to help that issue at all. But considering the strengths of the toy, you know, the very nice looking robot mode, the fun little lamppost mode, and then of course his added ability to carry 2 cassettes at once, I think he's a worthwhile pickup. You know, he's your standard Voyager price, $30, right? So even though he's a special edition, he's not more expensive. And right now he's only available through Walmart's website, though I imagine he should show up on shelves eventually. You know, here in the US anyway. It's different in other countries. So I would go as far to say that if you don't already have a version of this mold and you had to pick one, I would go with the Soundblaster one. I think he just has a far more attractive color scheme. I love the black and the red and the gold color and all that. And he's just got a little bit more play value than Soundwave. So again, if you had to pick, I think I'd pick this new one. But that is just how I feel. Do you think he's an adequate replacement for Soundwave? Do you like Soundwave more? Or do you think they're just both good for complementing one another? Any and all opinions are valid down in the comments section. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to toss it a thumbs up. Let YouTube know that you like this content and you want to see more of it. If you do want to see more of it, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you always get a heads up when I post something new. I thank you all for joining me for this look at a special edition Soundblaster toy. And with all that said, I will see you next time.